From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Teresa Baldus with the Detroit Free Press. There was a big development in the Oxford school shooting case Thursday. The teenage suspect charged with murdering 4 of his classmates is preparing an insanity defense, according to his lawyers. This means the defense is preparing to argue that 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley is so out of touch with reality that he didn't understand the consequences of his actions. In other words, he didn't know what he was doing was wrong. Defense and psychiatric experts have noted that this is a tough defense to prove. Less than 1% of insanity defenses actually succeed, they say. And while the prosecution has portrayed Ethan as a troubled, depressed, and violent teenager who allegedly did things like torture animals and hallucinate about demons in his house, experts say this may not be enough to prove insanity. In the end, they say, the insanity defense will come down to a battle of the experts. For more on this story, please report to freep.com.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. Did you ever feel outraged by some of the hidden fees that you faced when opening a new credit card, or taking out a mortgage, or even doing your regular banking? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is now taking a deep dive into hidden fees that cost consumers billions of dollars a year. If you have a specific complaint, you can send it to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau by March 31. Comments need to be identified by the words docket number CFPB-2022-0003 in the subject line, and you can send the email to the Federal Register comments@cfpb.gov. The agency wants feedback from small business owners, nonprofit organizations, legal aid attorneys, academics and researchers, state and local government officials, and yes, financial institutions. The agency wants to know more about certain fees for things people believed were covered by a baseline price for the financial product or service, unexpected fees for a financial product or service, fees that seemed too high for that service, and fees where the consumer was unsure why they were charged a fee. The banking industry calls the agency's move misguided and says it paints a distorted picture of the country's highly competitive financial services marketplace. It is possible, though, that regulators will be looking for more ways for banks to cut back on what some officials call an exploitive stream of fees.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. Ford Motor Company is launching a new program in the month of February that involves a money-back guarantee and its used cars. Ford will give buyers 14 days or 1,000 miles to return used vehicles, whether they're Ford vehicles or non-Ford brands. They tested this program over the summer in Michigan, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Missouri, and Illinois to see how it would work. Customers said they appreciated the comfort it created, and very few did, in fact, return the vehicles. The online site, FordBlueAdvantage.com, lists 20 to 25,000 certified used vehicles, and about 20% of those are not Ford products. Go to Freep.com to learn more.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department with a scheduling update for Michigan basketball. COVID-19 caused the Wolverines to postpone 2 games earlier this month. Now, one of those games has a makeup date. U of M will now host Purdue on February 10th. It leaves Michigan with a 3-game and 5-day stretch, but considering today's climate, you got to do what you got to do. The other game up in the air for Michigan is the home game against Michigan State. Those 2 teams will play their originally scheduled contest in East Lansing on Saturday afternoon. Just a game and a half separate the 2 in-state rivals in the conference standings. Michigan is coming off Wednesday's closer than necessary win over Northwestern. The Spartans ranked 10th in the nation, are coming off a narrow loss at Illinois on Tuesday. We'll have full coverage of the game on freep.com and in Sunday's Free Press.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.